Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
The biggest sale of the year is happening right now during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. For a limited time, make no payments for 90 days on every new Honda. That's right, you choose and make no payments for 90 days at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Segan Lane.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hello and welcome as we start the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bud Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours and your little bitty slice of South Louisiana heaven since the last time we had spent some time with you and yours, roughly 2 days ago. Before we get to the meat of the matter, got to send a big time shout out to two new friends, Rob and George from Patterson, Louisiana. Made the drive up to come and enjoy some barbecue and watch the live taping of the show. And I know they're good people because they understand common sense and love God and country. What more could you possibly ask for out of two new friends? Rob, George, thank you, my brothers. I appreciate you sincerely. We start today's show with Louisiana news, and there are a couple of families for people that are members of the community of faith that can use your prayers today. Don't know if you saw the story. Tuesday afternoon, a mother and her son were found shot to death in their apartment on Sherwood Avenue. 47-year-old LaTanya Brown and her 19-year-old son, Stacy Brown, were found shot to death in their apartment. Tragically, not that the two murders are not, but even more so, and I guess it's appropriate to have emergency responders go by as we talk about this story. Sadly, it was her daughter that came home from work and found the two bodies there. That darling woman needs your prayers, y'all. Pure and simple. Most of us cannot begin to imagine the trauma of coming home after work, expecting to see family and loved ones, only to walk in and find them both dead. If you would, be so kind as to keep the Brown family both in your thoughts and in your prayers. I mentioned that two families need your prayers. There is another that this story is hard to wrap your mind around. You probably remember the incident last week where two sisters were shot. One dying from her injuries, the other is in critical condition. Kevanisha McDowell, 18 years of age, deceased now. Her 27-year-old sister, Anastasia, was shot and taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. As horrific as the story is, it gets worse. The suspect in this case is their brother. And as hard as it is to fathom, it gets even worse. The young lady that is in critical condition right now, first of all, the incident occurred where family members got together to celebrate the life of Kevin Dunn Jr., one of their brothers who was killed, murdered. So the family gets together to celebrate the life of their brother that was murdered, and another brother shoots his two sisters, killing one of them. Finally, the mother, after dying in 2016, left 7 children. The young lady that is now in critical condition took over raising these 7 children in addition to her 3 children. So now there's a brother dead, a sister dead, another sister in critical condition, another brother is wanted by law enforcement, and 10 siblings are now left without an adult to raise them. That family needs your prayers, y'all. They need our prayers, pure and simple. Finally, in Louisiana news, I guess there is something to be said about the criminal element and how over time, if you don't take steps when you see it to correct aberrant behavior, it will only get worse. You may remember recently there was a drive-by shooting near the Mall of Louisiana. Individuals targeting some folks opened fire on their vehicle, then jumped out of the vehicle and into a chase vehicle that was following them. Law enforcement had been looking for the individuals involved in the actual shooting. Well, there was a police chase in Kinney County, Texas, last week. Law enforcement attempted to stop this vehicle after a traffic infraction. They refused to stop, and a chase ensued. Long story short, 6 illegal immigrants were found in the vehicle. The 2 individuals operating the vehicle attempted to elude law enforcement on foot. Come to find out, one of the guys arrested was the same guy law enforcement has been looking for being a participant in the drive-by shooting at the Mall of Louisiana. Surprise, surprise, right? Yeah. If you don't step in early in the process, the criminal element being what the criminal element is, you can expect nothing but an escalation in their behavior. It is a part of human nature. And say what you will about law enforcement, the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, if you don't step up and do your part, there's only so much that they can do. I'm willing to bet, and y'all know I am not a betting man, but I'll take odds on this. Somebody in Baton Rouge knew exactly who these 2 miscreants were and knew exactly where they were, but for whatever reason decided not to tell law enforcement. In the meantime, they graduate on to other crimes. And, you know, you could make the argument, well, it was only 6 illegals. Joe Biden has let in over 4 million since he's been in office. Well, what does the old adage say? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. 4 million plus illegal immigrants, but they didn't all come across at one time. This is yet another instance of the madness that we have allowed to take root in this country. Now, wait a minute, Clarence, I ain't had nothing to do with that. Well, who'd you vote for? Have you, in exercising your most precious constitutional right, I stand corrected, one of your most cherished constitutional rights, the right to vote, have you used that vote in favor of candidates that are in favor of illegal immigration? Have you used your vote for a party that is in favor of defunding the police? Have you used that vote for a party that thinks there's nothing wrong with telling your son he can be your daughter? Think about it. Think about it. You don't have to look very far before you come to the realization the problems in America today, most of them are because of other Americans. Some of y'all not going to get that till later. But that's okay, as long as at some point you get it. Because what happens is these people are using you. They are doing these things in your name. Because you vote Democrat, Democrat Party feels, well, we've got carte blanche to do what we want to do. Simple question. How's that working out for you? Simple question. 4+ million people walk into this country illegally. Fentanyl coming across the border, killing over 100,000 Americans. And your child going to a school where, without your consent as the parent, teaching your son he can be your daughter. I ask again, how is this working out for you? Simple question. First break of today's show. When we come back, more news from the granola state. For those of y'all that don't know, it's California. Take out the fruits and the flakes, and all you got left are the nuts. That's next, when we continue the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hey everybody, I'm Kevin Gallagher. This is Roy Fletcher. We hope you'll join us for Fletch Nation, especially if you like talking politics.
Hey, come and join us. We'll give you the information, and then we'll give you the context. And by the way, we'll give you fun, too.
Lots of fun. We hit the local races, the state. We even look at what's going on all across America. And by the way, this space is available. If you'd like to talk about advertising, send your emails to Roy Fletcher at royfletcher.com and join us every week here on the Pelican for Fletch Nation.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
The season of inspiration is the perfect time to discover the enhanced Mazda CX-5, named a 2022 IIHS Safety Pick Plus Award winner, its highest safety award honor. Choose from over 45 CX-5s available at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Welcome back to the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. In this segment, I want to talk about the granola state, California. Clarence, why you call it the granola state? Well, if you take out the fruits and the flakes, all you got left are the nuts. Get it? Granola. Fruit, flakes, nuts. California. Perfect example. Remember not long ago, California decided that we are boycotting red states. They passed a law where anyone in government was not allowed to conduct any business with a red state. Remember that? They held a big press conference and the legislature drafted up a law and they signed the bill. Gavin Newsom, speaking of granola, the whole nine. Well, it was announced this week, Marty's favorite expression. Well, you see what happened was, now they've rescinded it. You know why, don't you? Red states said, okay, see you. We won't miss your business. We'll get it from other places. California now knows it was a dismal failure. Gavin Newsom himself, the one who signed the bill into law, was seen traveling to red states. An accountant crunched the numbers and found out the city of San Francisco ended up spending an extra $475,000 just for additional personnel to try and find other places where they could get what they needed because they were boycotting red states. You see how that works? And it is encouragement for those of us that are of the opinion, well, you got to be careful because, them blue state folks, they'll boycott you if you pass a LGBTQ, MNOP, 3YZ, whatever the hell they're calling themselves today. If you don't fall in line with them, they're going to boycott you. Well, how'd this one work out for California? Of course now, and you can't make this stuff up, this is the same place, San Francisco, leading the charge to defund the police. I know you've seen in recent memory and experienced it. You walk into a retail store and you go to get certain items and they're behind a locked plexiglass case. You have to go and get a salesperson. Oh, yes, ma'am, I'd like to get some deodorant, please. Okay, hold on 1 second, sir. And they fumble through a bunch of keys and they look at them. They find the key. They go and unlock the case. You make your selection. They lock it back. Well, this week in San Francisco, there is a Target store, big box retailer, Target. Again, you can't make this up. The entire store, every single piece of merchandise in this Target store is behind locked plexiglass. Not just the deodorant, not just the cleaning products, not just the most expensive items in the Target, every single piece of merchandise is behind locked plexiglass. And you want to defund the police. Now, if Target, not that they care what I think one way or the other, but if they would have taken the time to ask old Clarence what he thinks they should do, it wouldn't have been that. If the people that shop there, unless it's an absolute necessity, I don't have a car, the buses aren't running today, and it's San Francisco, the streetcars are shut down, a strike or whatever. This is the only place I can shop. But anybody else, I don't know about you, but I refuse to shop someplace where every freaking thing in the store, I have to ask someone to unlock the case so I can purchase. I'm coming in here to spend my hard-earned money. And you mean to tell me I got to jump through these kind of hoops to patronize your business? But see, that's what happens when liberals get their way. This is what happens when progressives are in charge. This is what happens when you elect a bunch of people that are totally and completely disconnected from reality. Personally, I'm of the opinion it couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of people. I feel bad for the Target employees. Imagine how much extra work that makes for them. You finally get down your list, got everything that you came to buy in your buggy. You're getting ready to head to the counter to pay for your items. And then you see something on the shelf that you forgot to put on your list. So now you have to walk to the front, get an employee to find the keys, come back, unlock the case, get the additional item you want, and then lock the case back. Now you know what's going to happen, right? This Target is not going to be in business long. When you get to the point where every single item in the entire store is behind locked plexiglass, you on the way out, son. It's not going to be long. And of course, being California, They'll probably end up playing the race card or the gender card or some other stupid card, when the fact of the matter is you helped bring this on yourself. Stupid, plumb stupid. You know what else is stupid? If you are entertaining the sunset of life and you've not made plans for your final arrangements, that's where our newest sponsor, the great folks over at Dignity Memorial, come in. Prepaid, so that you have the peace of mind. All of my wishes will be followed. They'll be followed to the letter, and I don't have to worry about this, nor will my family. Dignity Memorial, by the way, works with more than 2,000 funeral homes all across the country. It is one of those companies that when you find them and you realize what they actually do, you say to yourself, wow, there are still companies in this country that care about people. I just found out recently, I'm sitting here going through their literature, and I found out if you get a prepaid funeral plan with Dignity Memorial, and God forbid, you have a child or grandchild under the age of 21 that dies unexpectedly, whatever the amount of your prepaid funeral plan is, they will give that exact same amount free of charge to bury your minor loved one. That's customer relations, y'all. That's understanding who you're serving. That's understanding the nature of life and knowing how traumatic an event like that is. Losing a child or a grandchild. That's one less thing you'll have to worry about. You need to give my friends Lee Serio and his darling wife Gretchen, give them a call, y'all. Area code 225-315-6187. 225-315-6187. Do your buddy Clarence a favor, will you? Let him know. Say, look, I was watching the Clarence Bug Show, and he said I need to call you because I haven't taken that step. And listen, y'all, I get it. I understand. I know for a lot of people, it's not comfortable talking about things like this. But listen, Lee and Gretchen, salt of the earth people. They will put your mind at ease. And just imagine, I know you can't put a dollar figure on it, but peace of mind is something that's invaluable, especially in these turbulent times. Get your peace of mind. Get your final arrangements taken care of ahead of time. And Dignity Memorial is the way to go. Bottom of the hour break. We'll get her done, come back and talk about some people never ever learn. That's next when we continue the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bug Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
You could be driving a... Now's the time to save on new Accords during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda of Acadiana. Get our lowest prices and biggest savings on our largest selection of Accords this year. Hurry in and save during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda of Acadiana, I-49 just south of Opelousas.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Caught spiders? Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. I guess we all knew it probably wouldn't be that long. Following the big dust-up and Anheuser-Busch drawing the ire of Americans and conservatives everywhere in hiring Dylan Mulvaney to do a PR stunt for Budweiser. I'm sure you've probably heard by now how that's working out for Anheuser-Busch. Stock dropping like a rock, boycotts continuing to gain steam, and you knew it wouldn't be long before the other shoe would drop. This one is probably even more egregious than Budweiser because it's a women's mega makeup brand. Maybelline announcing that they've hired this confused individual to be a spokesperson for Maybelline beauty products. Okay. But you know, in reading about this, it occurred to me, it is not just liberal America pushing this. It is also the corporate media. I found it particularly disturbing that what is allegedly a conservative news outlet, Fox News, is on board with this foolishness. Let me read you something from the article from Fox News about Dylan Mulvaney being hired to sell makeup for Maybelline. It reads, "The ire of conservative consumers has now focused on makeup brand Maybelline for partnering with trans woman and biological male Dylan Mulvaney for a recent makeup ad." Now notice they just said biological male. The article continues, and I quote, Mulvaney posted the ad to her TikTok account last month. It goes on to say, the ad shows Mulvaney applying makeup while positioning herself outside of camera view with her makeup brush. When she pulled the brush back, blocking the camera, she was revealed to be in a dress, her hair and makeup done, and she was fully ready for a night out. Bruh, that's a dude. Where do you get off with this? She said, and she did this to her hair, and it's a freaking dude. Are you kidding me? Of all places, Fox News. I guess, us Cajuns and Creoles here in South Louisiana, we many times gravitate toward the French spelling, F-A-U-X, faux, as in fake. I guess we could also pronounce F-A-U-X as fox. Just a thought. Just a thought. There's something to be said about knowing who your audience is. Budweiser made that mistake. They hired this crazy woman that was of the opinion, well, Bud Light is too fratty. It's like a fraternity, and we need to expand the brand. But what's ironic here? These people, liberals / Democrats / progressives, will use anything to achieve an agenda. The fact of the matter is, how many people, percentage-wise, that drink Bud Light, how many of them are guys who think they're girls? How many people do you know that drink Bud Light are women who think they're men? They don't even drink beer. What in God's name are you so concerned about them for anyway? They don't even consume your product. But you would run the risk of devaluing your stock, bottoming out your sales, and being stigmatized by the people that do drink your product, all in the name of pursuing an agenda. You would think Maybelline would have had the sense to see what happened to Bed Bath, just for you, Rob, and Begone. You'd think they'd have enough sense to go, wait a minute. See what happened to Bed Bath and Begone, huh? You see what's happening to Budweiser, huh? We might want to rethink this approach. Nope, never happened. Went forward with it anyway. Now, at some point, and I know for many of you, it is against your nature. I get it. I understand. But ladies, women, this is a direct slap in your face. And y'all need to stand up. How much longer are you going to allow liberals, as hard as you fought for women's sports, how long are you going to stand idly by and watch these people completely destroy the institution of women's athletics by putting men in competition with women? How long are y'all going to let that go on before you stand up and speak up for yourself. You know, us guys, dudes, there's only so much we can do. And we can never, as men, we can never speak from experience on this. All we can do is simply point out the fact that it is blatantly unfair to women. And ladies, if y'all don't stand up when women's sports are no more, you will have no one to blame but yourself. The record books are being rewritten as we speak. We were talking earlier about what in God's name has happened to common sense in this country. What has happened to us? And this is as glaring an example as you'll ever find. The freaking record books, y'all, are being rewritten all over the place. Women are being injured by competing against biological males. And as they typically do, the left, liberals, / Democrats, / progressives, they are the ones that when they know what they're doing is wrong, they resort to calling you an ugly name. Well, you're transphobic. No, I'm not trans anything. I am for women having an equal playing field. That's what I am. I am for my daughter having a spot on the team instead of being bumped because there's some biological dude that's a loser in men's athletics. That's what I'm against. You don't have to be the brightest bulb in the chandelier to figure this one out, y'all. And it befuddles me how it is that women, as hard as you fought for the right, you are willing to stand idly by while these people usurp everything you've gone through. You know, there's a part of me that says, you know what? To hell with them. They don't want to stand up for their own rights. Ain't no skin off my back. There's a part of me that says that. But there's a bigger part of me that says, if men and women together don't combine forces to stop this insanity, God only knows what's coming next. If they start right here, God only knows where they're going to finish. But it can only happen, y'all, when the good, decent people, you know, the ones with common sense, the good, decent people, you know, the ones that love God and country, the good, decent people, for whatever reason, don't take a stand. We have watched in this country, y'all, stuff take root, take hold, and grow. And we find ourselves asking ourselves, how in God's name do we arrive here? A better question might be, what have you done to stop it? Just a question. Final break of today's show. We'll get her done, come back, put that big old pretty bow on this puppy, and we wrap up the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Every great story starts with the rush of thrilling gaming action. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Getaways for some well-deserved me time. And rewards worth bragging about. If it's a story worth telling, it starts at La Berge Baton Rouge. What's your story?
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to greystonecountryclub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back to the final segment of the Thursday edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, if you were raised by good parents, you have a problem with people that won't take blame for the things they do. Of course, that is kind of the hallmark, the calling card, if you will, of liberals. It's always somebody else's fault. You've seen it over and over and over again. And when you call them on it, well, you see, you don't understand. Is this issue on the periphery, this issue on the periphery, is this issue over here, that issue over there. But wait a minute. This is something you're in charge of. Won't take accountability for anything. Perfect example. Recently, on The Daily Show. No, I don't watch it. I just read the article. I don't watch it. Pete Buttigieg, Transportation Secretary. Somebody in the audience just went, ugh. Yeah, that guy. Says the GOP's focus, Republicans' focus on transgenderism is stopping us from completing transportation projects in America. Quote, just the other day I was testifying in the Appropriations Subcommittee explaining how our budget was going to help with things like railroad safety, air traffic control, and other transportation needs. Notice these are all things his agency dropped the ball on recently. And we had to take a break so that they could all go and vote on a bill to kick transgender teenagers off sports teams. That was the priority. These things are really getting in the way of our ability to get work done. So let me get this straight. Pete, you took, after being in office less than 6 months, you took 2 months off the job so that you and your husband could engage in paternity leave with your new twins. But it's those evil conservatives complaining about transgenderism that's stopping us from getting transportation needs solved. Bruh, how stupid do you think people are? This clown hadn't been in the job 6 months, took off 2 months. Oh, and did I mention they didn't name an interim transportation director? So for 2 months, everybody in the sector sat around the office all day doing this. Oh, that's a new purse, girl. Oh, look how nice. For 2 straight months. But being the typical liberal that he is, well, it's somebody else's fault. It's not mine. You see how they play you? You see how you got played? Well, Clarence, I didn't elect him. No, but you elected Joe Biden, who appointed him. You see how that works? And they're doing it in your name. I'm going to make a prediction here, y'all, and I typically don't do this. Next election cycle, presidential election cycle, America should, I'm not going to say will, but should voice its distinct displeasure at how this country's going. Last poll I read from a liberal outlet said 70% of Americans say our country's headed in the wrong direction. 70% say we are heading in the wrong direction. And yet, because the media and liberals have injected into your bloodstream Trump derangement syndrome, some of y'all gonna still vote Democrat. There are many of you right now, Democrats, that are scared to death. Oh my God, if something happens to Joe Biden, you mean we're going to be stuck with Kamala freaking Harris? You think 70% of Americans think we're headed in the wrong direction? Let Kamala Harris be in charge. And yet, some of y'all are still going to vote Democrat. And I would venture a guess that a sizable percentage of them will be people that look just like me. After all, there you go, Marty says, see, it's your fault. Joe Biden told us, if you can't figure out whether to vote for me or Donald Trump, you ain't black. Remember that? Remember that? That is a full frontal backhand slap in the face of all Americans who happen to be people of color. One of the most sacred rights we enjoy in this country. And you will only use it one way if you're black. According to Joe Biden, that is. Let me ask you something. It's a redundant question from earlier in the show. How is that working out for you? How is that working out for you? Least educated, most incarcerated. How's that working out for the black community? Lowest earning potential, statistically highest number of aborted babies. How is that working out for the black community? You know, at some point, y'all, we are going to have to sit down and have an honest conversation with ourselves. Did you notice yesterday when Joe Biden released that 3-minute video announcing that he's running for re-election? Did you notice in that 3 minutes, he did not list one single thing that he's accomplished? Not that list. He did not list one single accomplishment. I'm guessing that's because it wasn't on the sheet that he had to read. Just a thought. Just a thought. Listen, y'all. As a black man who for many years in this country, my people were denied certain rights. I make no bones about it. Now that we got them, I ain't forgiving them up. And certainly not because some liberal told me I should. I got too much invested. It is personal with me. And I will do everything within my God-given power to ensure the success of this country. I owe myself that. My time's up, and I gotta go. But you already know the drill. Guys, girls, you know what? You're right. 100% correct. America, we are not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there is no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. You know the good Lord loves you. You know I do too. Fortunately, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. We'll see you soon. God bless.